Okay. I can't even push the button goddamn fast enough.
Oh.
Push your kids to go out, you bust your butt every day as hard as you can, give 100% effort so that people will give you an opportunity. You do everything right, and you go home and you.
Don't even start. We'll get on that shit a little bit later on.
If it ain't white, it ain't right.
Hi guys.
Oh hey, what's going on?
Hey. Yeah, I see Jamal has his glasses on today, so he must be talking about something important. Who knows, right?
A Rubik's Cube.
This motherfucker is doing a Rubik's Cube in the middle of just talk. Okay, fine. Yeah.
Mine's downstairs somewhere.
Yeah.
You don't got a Rubik's Cube?
I used to have one, but I don't know.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Get one for your boy. He'll like it.
No, because see, kids. Remember, we always talk about kids, and again, these motherfuckers.
Does this fall under fuck them kids?
It definitely falls on the fuck them kids because they got cheat codes for everything, right? So he had a Rubik's Cube at one point, and he was like, "Okay, if you do it like this, and then you put it, I learned it on YouTube. If you do it like this,
no, there is a YouTube for it.
If the colors are this way, then all of a sudden, then that's all you have to do, and then you can just get it in like 10 steps." I'm like, "Dog, you know what? That's not the point of that at all." But yeah, fucking kids. So Jamal,
mad because they got resources.
I mean, but dude, really?
The answers and shit.
Yeah.
I didn't never have no answers.
Know all the tricks to the trade.
Head ass
Nobody told me shit.
Yeah, but yeah, we of course got a good show coming up today. Why are my eyes that big right now? I'm trying to stay woke. Shit. Today was.
You look like Mike Tomlin.
I was just about to say it, but I ain't have to say it.
Remind me to love that shit. Matter of fact, no, I know exactly where I'm gonna put it at because yeah, it's something different coming. But yeah, I know exactly where I'm gonna put that shit. I mean, no, Mike Tomlin, then yeah, I'd be big and old too, looking just like this. Anywho, we're just gonna jump right into it today. We don't have any other stuff to talk about immediately, so we're gonna jump right into it. And what we're gonna jump right into is where to go. This shit right here.
Right, sure. Oh.
No.
I mean,
sorry.
Oh, darn it.
Yeah, sorry.
I cannot learn in these situations.
It's
tough.
Okay. Okay. So again, we don't necessarily do a ton of research on anything that happens. We just kind of take situations and just fuck with them. So this lady, apparently, I don't even know her name, but her nickname on Instagram or her name on Instagram is the art teacher. Okay, sorry, Simon, that your face keeps going out of this, but
definitely see a work of art there.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. Now, she caused an uproar recently, just due to the fact that just due to the fact that she's built like that. Some people may like that, some people may not. Who knows, right? Yeah. However, she caused an uproar because parents were upset about this. Now, okay. I need bias because apparently we're gonna have to continue to do this kind of shit. Biased and unbiased opinion, okay? Because
who said that?
Nigga,
fuck that, nigga. It was to be biased.
Well, just
that's America, man. I could be biased, bro.
That's my God-given right.
This is my God-given right.
Yeah. So, but again, she's caused a lot of uproar. Parents were mad, and I'm gonna lean and say most women were mad because basically saying that it's a distraction and this is that and the other.
First of all, she's teaching what?
Art.
Kindergarten.
Art.
Kindergarten.
Yeah.
Kindergarten art.
Yeah, sure. Kindergarten art. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at the pictures, there's a very young child that's right next to her.
Yeah. Okay, maybe second grade. Okay. Not even that high.
Okay.
Okay. How is she causing a distraction for kids when they don't? All they know is that's my teacher. At that point, what is the kid really being distracted by?
Right. Well, ass or whatever the case.
Were you getting distracted at
I was going to bring that
as,
question up.
as a kindergartner or
No,
something? Were you getting distracted?
Not for that. No, not for that.
No. Do you got my motherfucking you got my my applesauce or my motherfucking what you goldfish and shit?
Applesauce.
Applesauce is good. Goldfish, you got my goldfish, bitch. Like that's what I'm getting distracted over at that age. Like,
right.
I didn't know my teacher had a whole bunch of ass as a kindergartner.
Didn't pay no attention to it.
Yeah, no, I wasn't even thinking like that as a kid, which I don't think pretty much any kids think like that at that age.
Right.
Maybe around 5th grade where you started to be like, oh, Miss So-and-so, okay.
All right.
I don't know what to do with that.
It says you wore the tight pants today, huh?
Yeah, but even then, I don't think it was that. But around that age, but the age that she apparently is teaching, no, bro, it's not a distraction. Them kids don't.
They not paying attention to that.
They just trying to get to recess.
Yeah.
Oh man, I forgot about recess. That is a thing, isn't it?
But this is a problem that like super fine chicks and well, one type of fine chick, because you can be fine with different types of bodies, but like super thick chicks who are also like, just really shaped well. This is an issue that they have sometimes is there's really nothing they can wear, that doesn't
outside like a nun's outfit.
Yeah, there's really nothing you can, and even that nun's outfit, it's gonna be
it's gonna catch somewhere.
Yeah, it only looks boring because most of the nuns that we see are boring, have boring bodies. But you put that thing on her, it's gonna lay a little different.
You know what? Out of all the things I done did before, nun's outfit isn't one of them. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. It's on the to-do list now. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Because I actually dated a girl.
They literally run sexy nun as a thing every year.
I don't pay attention to shit.
But I actually dated a girl in college who was just built right. And
that boy had to take a deep breath.
He was contemplating, did he want to say it or not?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to say it. But and I remember one day she came to me and she was like, I think I need to buy some like boy clothes. And I was like, what are you talking about? That don't make no sense. and she was like, no, well, like I think a teacher or somebody had basically said that she was like, distracting because of her body, right? And like she would wear jeans that would be tight. But here's the thing, like when you're shaped a certain way, there's not like a baggy jean for you. If you go super baggy, it's not gonna fit your waist. Right. So the thing that fits her waist is not.
She just had a whole bunch of ass.
Yeah. So is nothing she can really do about it. So she was like, maybe if I wear some sweatpants or something like that.
That ain't gonna help.
That ain't gonna help. So there really just wasn't anything she could do short of wearing like a coat or something, and it's not that hot in Louisiana, so that wasn't gonna.
That doesn't even make sense. Like, okay, so again, somebody's built a certain way, right? And obviously, again, people find some, that to be attractive.
They're gonna find, somebody's gonna find a negative in that.
Right. But like to even do some shit like you said, wear a coat, like what? No, because that makes it.
At the end of the day, you're supposed to be comfortable. Like, nigga, I'm putting these clothes on because this is what makes I feel comfortable in these clothes.
Right.
And blah blah blah. I mean, I know we kind of split. At the end of the day, we all know where this came from. This came from some jealous bitches.
Are you gonna air quote?
There we go. That was mad that she built that way. Don't be mad she built right.
I mean,
But they,
I will say,
gonna find the wrong in that.
I will say, if I was a principal, there's not a chance in hell I would hire her for high school, but.
Not for high school.
Yeah, anything below that though is fine. But yeah, I'm sorry, baby. There's a glass ceiling on you.
You gonna have to go to college route.
Yeah, You're gonna get all my guys suspended. Like we can't.
And honestly, I hope he's smart enough to even know that.
She'll probably have close to 100% attendance, though.
Hell no, she won't.
That's a good point.
She have 100% sexual harassment. You know, kids ain't got no damn sense at all.
Right.
Because again, okay.
Oh no, she gets sexually harassed.
So, right. That part's happened like.
We just want to let you know off top. They tell her that at orientation. We want to let you know off top.
You get sexually harassed.
All right, so
somebody found out your real name. Like hell, it's been teachers. Just over the years, right? They get caught because they used to do like porn or like softcore porn or some shit like that. It's like, how did you little motherfuckers find out this? You know, like that.
Google, it's worth the Google.
But obviously, unless you're Montana Fishburne, you're gonna use a different name, right? So how the hell do you find out who this person is?
Hey, face
recognition. Finish this topic. I got a story about that, but we'll hold it.
Okay. I kind of almost want to end it right quick, but yeah. So like, it's just like yeah, you're gonna get just messed with, and it's fucked up. But I mean, it kind of is what it is.
It comes with the times now,
right?
Yeah, and it comes up,
and I'm sure she's a phenomenal teacher.
Hey, I got the same shoes.
I was just looking at her shoes.
Yeah, that's
she's trying to be comfortable. She's not even. There's no heel. Oh, sorry, I'm all in the.
Yeah. Okay, I caught him at
the caught him right in the thirst trap.
right in the pocket of that mug. God damn.
It's zoomies.
But yeah, I think that's fucked up. I think that's fucked up that people are trying to get the girl fired and shit like that, or the woman fired.
Yeah, that's over how she's naturally built. That's cold blooded. You going at somebody's pockets for what they just naturally are. But
right.
that sounds very American of us.
I will say though, she can make more OnlyFans right about now. Now that everybody knows about her, through this story.
Right.
She got some fame now.
Yeah, she could do well.
Yeah, I almost followed her on Instagram. I was like, yeah, nah, I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Yeah, I mean, but I might buy 1 month. I'm gonna cancel like as soon as I subscribe.
give it that $5 tip.
It's good enough.
give it that $5.99 right quick.
Plus tax, shipping, and handling.
Let me see. We're having a 20% off sale. Oh shit, $3.
I'll break a $5 for that.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna do nothing. I wasn't gonna do nothing but buy some cigarillos anyways. All right, so enough of that. We'll switch. Yeah, Jamal, what was you gonna say anyways? Because yeah, don't worry. I still gotta upload a video.
So when I was working at this place once, right, and they had these two young kids. I mean, I was young too, so pretty much everybody who worked there was in their early 20s. Anyway, this is like right after I moved to Dallas. And so I'm working in this office, and they had this, I won't say their names, but they had this girl, little white girl, and this guy. Now, she was from like somewhere in Europe, and he was
one of them white countries.
Yeah, one of them white countries.
White Arabs.
The pale people.
You went back to it, huh?
I did.
And he was like, you ever met or seen like one of those like super bubbly Mormon dudes who like just super nice and you know the type of person I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Also kind of like naive to the world.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's that
one to roll up on you on bikes.
Yeah. He's that type of guy, right? Nice guy, really nice guy, but just like I said, just too nice. So we're in the office, blah, blah, blah. They started hanging out a lot. We see them in the break room all the time together. Fast forward a few months. All right, we find out, they're together now. Like they're boyfriend and girlfriend. And they had a wonderful office romance, right? They didn't even have to hide it. Nobody gave a shit. Right? I mean, we was the lowest people on the totem pole. So it was like, harass them. We don't care.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Fire them and hire somebody else. So they have a wonderful, lovely office romance, having nice, cute lunches together in the break room, always around each other, moving their desk around so they can sit close. I mean, it was cute. It was legitimately, cute.
It was cute.
I mean, I would never do no shit like that, but it was cute, right? And then one day he comes in and he's like totally different. Like he's like something has completely changed him, and now he's much darker, right? He even started wearing. It's so funny, bro. He even started wearing like this little leather jacket, black leather jacket. I was like he was fucking the Fonz.
Rebel without a cause, head ass.
Yeah, that's probably a Mormon's version of like a hood nigga, like the Fonz or some shit. They're like everything's changed now. Fuck the world. But so he comes in like that, and everybody notices because it's a 180 turn in his demeanor from just super bubbly to super like whatever. And then we also noticed that she was kind of like almost a ghost in the office now. Like she was there, but she wouldn't say shit. She just walked to her desk and back, and there was no like interaction with anybody like it used to be. Come to find out, through the diligent research of the black women in our office, come to find out that she had done a porn, and he found out about it, and of course they broke up. And so once they found this out, the porn somehow started circulating.
What you mean somehow? What do you mean somehow?
Somehow. We don't know how it got out.
What's her name?
Somehow started circulating in the office. And now they didn't even fire her though. It wasn't like, because I think really they didn't want to talk to her about it. Like nobody wants to have a conversation.
Right.
So nothing happened to her as far as her job. Now she eventually left just from embarrassment, right? But yeah, that's what happened to that motherfucker. Found out that she was doing porn, and he found out about it.
And he was mad.
He just changed. It's like he thought, people are good, going into it, and then he realized, this piece of shit.
So that was that part in the sitcom where everybody goes, "Oh."
What's wrong with sex workers? Like, I don't get that notion. Like,
bruh,
I don't know.
This is a let's get married and have 12 kids type of dude, So
life came at him fast.
Oh, so he never
praised him.
So he. So he's gonna act like he's never seen a porno before. Okay, so
Mormons are the highest rated people.
Yeah. Wait a minute. He was a Mormon.
Well, that's how he found out. He found out.
Oh, because he was scout.
Because what?
He found out watching porn. He just stumbled on her shit.
That makes it better. That makes the story much better.
I never knew I needed this story in my life. What the fuck?
That's got to be. Now I could understand. That's got to be shocked. I think he would probably be shocked more than anything. But
what up, Af? What up, Af? Yeah,
but your early 20s, like you said, his upbringing, he didn't know how to handle it.
We're looking at it from our perspective now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
like
he didn't know how to handle it.
As you get older, you get more perverted. So like. You look back and you're like, oh yeah, that would have been fine. Like at the time, maybe not. But LP, like I've actually gotten tamer. Like
yeah. I'm actually a lot tamer now when it comes to that kind of shit.
But he's just the way he was. That wasn't how. Like I said, this is like a dude who would have got married at 22 and had 10 kids by then, if you know.
But he was watching porn and he caught his girlfriend on there.
Hey, look, I didn't say he was perfect. I'm just saying.
We are all hypocrites.
Yeah, that part is again. Oh man, that is fucking hilarious. Yeah, don't say the name, but guy, I mean, you know what? Yeah, you should go do like a little "Where Are They Now" thing and go, hey man, how's it going?
I could probably find him on LinkedIn or something.
Yeah.
What the hell they had.
Yeah, and send the link or the name. I can find it at that point. Just either one of them.
It's like, what's her name again?
What's her name? All right, now the whole time I've been looking down because I've been trying to upload this damn video, some of the video that you sent me earlier. So we're just gonna skip over that because it's not funny without context, right? I guess
them shits worked.
Well, I mean, it's a technical issue. It's stupid. It's dumb. I'm like, I did convert it to MP4. Anyways, so again, if you've been hiding up on some type of a rock, you saw that your sleepy ass president has removed.
He woke up for a little bit.
Up to in circumstances, $20,000 in student loans. Now, for someone, Jamal, you went to college, Simon, you guys went to college, both of you guys, you guys did that.
For someone deeply in debt, let's send it over to you.
I mean, you guys, this is, I don't know, Simon, if you got student loan, but this is in you guys' wheelhouse because I didn't go to college. I don't give a shit about no goddamn student loan. Like, if you're going to do that, I saw this shit earlier. I don't know who originally said it, but it was funny. It's like, you want to get rid of student loans? How about you get rid of these tollway fees, motherfucker? How about that?
Word. No, I mean, it's a good thing. Like, we saw with the PPPs and shit, everybody else got bailed out. Might as well, help some little niggas out, throw a little change, a little sprinkle on some.
Right.
That's it. Me, I dealt with student loans, but not as heavily because I was on scholarship. I got student loans at the beginning. I had to earn my scholarship. I got to earn my scholarship.
Right.
But after that, I didn't really deal with it until I went back to school afterwards. And I mean, I didn't try to rack up a lot because I knew and the motherfuckers do come knocking at the door. Like, hey, we need that. We need that. What are you trying to get? Now we need that.
Please remit.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a good thing. I need to go look. I know I can't look right now, but probably some of my shit falls under that. So shit, if it help a nigga out real quick, hey, appreciate you real quick. I still ain't voting for your ass again, but like, hey, I'll give you one of these when you walk past. All right.
Yeah. Walk past that and be like, what's happening, my guy? What's good?
Yeah, what's good? My dude.
Don't trust the president. I wasn't trying to, motherfucker.
Get that old dry white skin.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, no, I'm happy for the people who got something, like, who got, whatever relief they got. So that's good. My criticism of it would mainly be that, number one, beyond forgiving the money, like, all right, so when this was even first proposed, like, so Bernie was the first to really bring it out into the mainstream. It's not like people had never thought of this, but like, he was the first politician to run on as part of what he was running on. And so when that first came out, the point was not, oh my God, all these people are in so much debt, let's forgive it. His point was that it was kind of morally wrong to make people pay out of the ass for education, right? Mm-hmm. And the fact that we're the only country who has this issue, like everybody else has, subsidized college, right? Heavily subsidized college, where it's either free or the cost is low enough for a regular family to pay for, right?
Right.
So, and that's how it used to be here, right? So it wasn't always like this, right? That's how it used to be here, like especially in state schools, like you could pretty much go to state school if you got into school. Was it those for free or for very little, right?
Was it those Watts only colleges that used to do that?
I mean, so that's how it used to be in this country, right? It's actually, we've turned it into what it is right now, right? And so
big business.
Sanders' point was that, okay, this is like a bad thing to do for a few rational reasons, not just for moral reasons. Number one, do you really want to start your young generation of professionals off with
in debt?
You basically come out of school with a mortgage, right? Which limits your options, right? So a couple of examples, you may want to go into a certain field where you might not really make too much for the first few years, but if you work and you build it up, eventually it'll be a good living for you. But if you come out of school, you got loans, you got 6 months, bitch. You got 6 months.
That is your grace period.
Yeah, before we come asking you to remit. So it changes people's decisions in that way, where they may have done a certain thing that may have been a better benefit. Like, for instance, most of our engineers, not most, but a large percentage of our engineers now go to Wall Street versus or quants, as they call them, people who are good at math, go to Wall Street, whereas they used to all go to aerospace and crazy scientific shit, right?
Right.
And the society benefits from that in the long run, but they go to Wall Street because, especially these types of people I'm talking about, they go to like the real fucking expensive schools, the fucking Yales and Stanfords and all that shit, where like you coming out with 200Ks if you don't have no help or scholarship or something. So their decision, they may have wanted to go into something else, building something else, but they're like, look, man, I got to figure out how to pay this back before I can even start my life, my kind of financial life of trying to get a house and do the whole try to build a little something, right?
Right.
And so you're kind of handicapping. So this generation of millennials have the lowest home ownership rate of any generation previous to us, right? Because number one, no generation before us, people in that younger age bracket, not now millennials are getting older, but in that younger age bracket of like 18 to say 23, they didn't have any debt. Like when that young, you don't have anything because you didn't have time to build up anything, right? So they started from basically zero, whereas you have a lot of people in this society starting from negative,
in the red.
Yeah, negative 90,000, whatever they got. So these were some of the reasons that Sanders, and even there's the case where there's a lot of people who would go to school but can't afford it and aren't willing to take out the debt to do it, right? Which is a reasonable decision. So and so it even locks people out because some people just aren't willing to sort of sell their little soul, their little academic soul to the devil, right?
And so I don't want to take a student loan. I don't even know what I want to do. Well, get your basics out the way. Fuck that.
Yeah. So it deters some people, and other people might want to go, but what they want to do doesn't earn that type of money. Like it never will earn that type of money.
Right.
It's like, why am I going to take out this loan to get this degree, to get this job that's only going to pay me a little bit, but I have all this debt. So it changes people's decisions, and it makes it makes the economy weaker in that way because people aren't kind of maximizing their potential because they're worried about this aspect. Also, the reason they don't own homes is because they already have mortgages. So
why I want two mortgages?
Shit, they can't qualify. Debt to income ratio high as hell.
And in a way, it's kind of insidious because in this system, for a lot of people, when you're starting off in the red like that, it just puts you on a hamster wheel from the beginning. You can't even make those decisions that you want to make.
It's going to take you 10 years to try to break even. It's like 10 years, shit. You see how much shit can change in 10 years.
Yeah. So, I mean, when I came out of undergrad, I didn't actually have any student loan. All my student loan debt is like grad school. So I actually didn't have any, but it allowed me to take my time with what I wanted to do next. Right. So I got out of school. I stayed there and worked for a little while. And then I moved back to New Orleans at my mom's house. And I just, for like a year, I was just applying to different jobs. And, I could be selective like that. Right. Whereas, these people, they like, look, I'm out. I got to find something in 6 months.
You got to get in it because, like I said, you get on that hamster wheel, and it's just once you get there, man, god damn,
it's a motherfucker. Unless you just kind of not a get rich quick scheme, but just something that that you can just delve into, and you got to be able to do that shit on your own time and not try to acquire no more debt. To just kind of make
it's virtually impossible to do.
Yeah. So that's just kind of describing the problem. But as far as what I would have liked to see, like even if he didn't forgive a single cent, like what I would have done, you have to address the actual issue. What's the point in forgiving 10,000, 20,000 for some minority of people? And then the problem is still accruing, right? There's people in school right now who by the end of the semester are going to have racked up more than 10 grand, right? So you haven't stemmed the tide of the actual problem. I would have preferred you say, hey, you bitches agreed to this, you got to pay it off, but we realize this is actually fucked up, so we're going to fix it going forward for these people in school right now and the people to come. So that would be, if you had a plan for that. So what I personally would have done is I would have I would have, forgiven stuff across the board. But even if I couldn't do that, like say, because there's other forces involved, so I may have done a small forgiveness, but I would have said, okay, for the rest of you motherfuckers, what we're going to do is reduce the interest down to zero. So now everything you pay is hitting the principal.
Dollar for dollar, yeah.
And you still got to pay it back or most of it back, but at least you're not worried about interest, because actually, here's the thing that most people who don't have student loans don't know is, so it's set up in a way where the rate is actually pretty high, and so 6-7%, something like that. Sometimes you can refinance it and get lower, but the problem is you got to watch it, because if you refinance it with a private company, now that's a private loan and not a federal student loan, so you couldn't get forgiveness.
They bought that shit up.
Yeah, so you gotta be careful with it. But the rates are high enough and the balances are high enough, generally speaking, where there's a lot of people, especially people who went to grad school, who have been paying for years on time every month, and their balance hasn't moved a fucking inch. They got just as much as where they went in. That's what people who don't have student loans really don't know. Now, if you have a small balance, like say you come out of school with 20, 30,000, you can pay that. Like that's like, a car or something. Like over a few
years, a little bit easier to deal with.
Yeah. But when you got over 100K and it's at a high interest rate, okay, like you can pay what you can pay. And then so here's the other thing. So Obama, when he was in office, he actually, I won't even get to the reasons why, but he actually put what's called an income adjusted payment on there. So it's basically saying it couldn't be any more than 10% of your discretionary income, right? But here's the thing, that it actually was kind of a trap. And I don't know that, I'm not saying it was a trap like it was intentional. I'm just saying it ended up being a trap, because here's the thing. Now you're paying you could pay a smaller payment, but your balance is going to either stay the same or go up, because you're actually not even hitting the interest of what the payment would have been if he didn't mandate that it couldn't be above a certain amount. And so now, to be fair, you could pay extra. Like there's nothing stopping you if you wanted to pay extra. But what I'm saying is the payment, when you work the plan out with them, you're not thinking about that. You just, like anything you buy, you just like, okay, let me get the best payment.
Yeah, let's say my payment went from $70 to $25.
Okay. Yeah, and it's got to fit inside your budget. Like if you got a certain amount of money every month, like your payment can't be, $2,000 and you only make one, right? So you have to have it fit inside your budget. So you try to do that. But the problem is, if you took advantage of that program, which a lot of people, I'd say most people did, right? You get yourself into that position where you could end up just paying and paying and paying for years, and your balance don't move, right? And that's really where the desperation of a lot of people comes in, And yes, if they have more money, they could pay more on it, and they could work that down, even the way it's set up. But most people don't have extra money hanging around.
And these companies are outrageous for some, paying motherfuckers $16 an hour, but you're required to have a bachelor's degree. Like what the fuck? Like that doesn't go. That doesn't jive. That was like, I just did all this to get $15 an hour, my nigga.
I'm telling you, I'm saying, I'm saying it's real.
And I have to work my way up. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? I just did all this work in college, so I didn't have to work my way up.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, like I said, I'm saying this shit real low, because I got mad as hell back in the day when I used to fill out job applications, and that bitch said high school diploma / GED. You trying to tell me I could have just did this shit when I was 15 and I could have started this shit a long time ago? Man, fuck y'all.
And you would have had the work experience to match.
I'm 20 with 10 years. I'm 20 years old with 10 years in the game. Dog, I know how to work this cash. You know what I'm saying?
Better make me a manager around this.
Man, look here. You know what I'm saying? Shit. My mama dropping me off at work, but y'all got to make sure y'all in this motherfucker on time. God damn, man.
Oh, shit.
But for real, but and again, like, I'm not a I don't know, I'm not a couponer per se, but I do always like to look for deals and shit like that. And I mean, the 20,000, I don't think in the grand scheme of things it puts like how they
do shit.
Yeah, the propaganda machine that they've been pushing. Oh, he forgives student loans. Oh, he's going to be billions of dollars in student loans. Yeah, but like if your max is $20K and like you said you owe 200,000 out, yeah, it helps. But like if you're gonna do it, maybe be a little bit more significant than that. I mean, shit. If you make on time payments for 5 years,
that's one thing we know our politicians are trying to do: the bare fucking minimum.
Right.
For people, yeah.
Now, they're trying to do the bare
like $800 billion defense spending bill for 23. They just passed that. They passed like 99 and 1.
Yeah. No big deal. No big deal.
Another 50 F-35s to fight the Russians in the 80s.
Damn white Arabs.
So yeah, I mean they spend on what they want to spend. They can drum up a few billion for Ukraine over the weekend. So they spend on what they want to spend. But a couple of things though is all right. So number one, I just don't like how they framing it like, oh, we don't want to do it for more people because we don't want to bail out the rich. I'm like, first of all, if you were so fucking rich, why would you take out loans for school? Right? Do you think Trump's kids took out loans to go to college? You think they got a lot of student loans? No. He sent them
they got a loan it was through Trump.
And that whole defaulted like a motherfucker.
You know that shit ain't getting paid back.
Hell no.
But you think George Bush, had a student loan to go to Yale? Like, no, man. That's so I don't like when they couch it that way because nobody who's like really rich is taking out that much debt to go to school.
No,
right?
no.
That's somebody who's trying to actually make some money out of something they didn't have, right?
Right.
So because that it wouldn't be rational if you actually had a lot of money and you're taking out, these student loans. It wouldn't make any sense. Why am I paying extra interest where I could just pay the whole principal because I'm rich?
Yeah. Right.
Why would I do that and like double the amount of money I'm actually going to pay? So that's irrational. Like I'm not saying, there's probably plenty of people who have student loans who have a lot of money, or have like, jobs that are fancy or whatever. But to say that they're rich doesn't jive with logic because if they were rich,
they don't work in logic though, bro. They work in what.
But I'm just saying, as far as like the message they're pushing, and then there's other people who are like, I don't have no loans. Oh, why somebody should? First of all, and the taxpayers. The taxpayers are the other ones who irritate me, right? Oh, don't use taxpayer money. I'm like, bitch. 99% of the taxpayer money on shit you don't want.
Yeah, good point. But
I'm talking about the 100 F-35s, right? Like none of us ordered those. So like they just do what they want.
Shut up about your 60 cents that went to that 20 grand.
$7 trillion in Afghanistan. That was your taxpayer money. You wasn't talking about that, or the $700 billion they gave to the banks, or the $50 billion they gave to the airlines. Where was that money? Where did that come from?
Well, we have to keep our economy going the right way. I think the word economy is just a setup to say fuck you. That's pretty much what it is. It just is because it's kind of like oh damn, what movie was that? The Campaign. Or like just any politician that goes, oh, I don't like black people, support the troops. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever people go, oh, well, we're doing this to boost the economy. Oh yeah, you know how you can boost the economy? Make shit fucking reasonable. Make shit affordable. You don't like. That's real.
That makes too much sense.
Yeah, too much sense. It's like, god damn, like whether it's gas prices, or it's food prices, or it's the price of fabric. Okay, just because y'all want to sit up here and argue, why the fuck my 50-50 polyester cotton t-shirt went from $9 to $11? Explain that to me. It's the same t-shirt. I bought this bitch 2 months ago. Why? Like, so economy is just a big, huge ass slap in the face to say, okay, this is the reason why we're doing something. And we're gonna say this word that looks like it's big, but it's really not, just to say, oh, we running shit, y'all can kiss my ass.
But those people got on my nerves, the taxpayers And then there's just the motherfuckers who just don't want other people to get shit. Like what are you?
When I went to school, that didn't happen, nigga.
Yeah. When you went to
Like
school,
my
school didn't
grandparents
cost that
didn't
much.
have air conditioner. Am I supposed to be not living in air conditioner now?
Yeah.
No, nigga.
So those people and the people who just don't want other people, like I didn't get no, what do you call it, stimulus money or nothing like that, but I didn't mind if they sent it to other people. I was like, all the money they waste on crazy shit that doesn't benefit anybody, whoever got paid to make it, all the money they waste on that shit, why can't they waste a little money on regular people sometimes?
Right.
Because my thought is getting wasted one way or the other. I would rather a real person benefit from it than Lockheed Martin.
And say, they got to go take a family trip that they didn't get to the year before or some shit like that. Like, come on, nigga. What are we really mad? Are you mad because they got some big ass rims?
Man, fuck that. Yeah, they went and bought some crab legs with them shits.
Yeah.
Sometimes let them eat a little bit. They can't eat. You understand shit.
Fuck it.
Yeah, but overall, it really just shows it's a microcosm of everything wrong with this country. Because, and what I'm talking about is not even about the loans or anything like that. It's about the fact that we can't solve, by we, I mean the federal government. So not really we, but we can't, as a country, we can't solve big problems anymore.
Not big problems.
All we can do is make gestures where somebody is getting paid off of it, gestures towards it. It's like the climate change bill, right? There's nothing about the bill changes climate or does anything that's going to promote that. Matter of fact, it gives a lot of tax breaks and leases to oil companies, which, fine, I use oil. But we don't, but it doesn't actually solve the problem that it's named for. Or the inflation reduction bill, right, which doesn't reduce inflation. It actually does the opposite. And now you got the student loan forgiveness bill, which actually doesn't forgive most student loans.
Yeah.
And actually doesn't even get rid of the student loan system. So the students coming up are still making the exact same, getting into the exact same predicament.
Right.
So my point is, if you look at the trend in our government, you kind of have to be concerned about the future of this country, because if there's a big problem, we can't solve it. We can pass a bill and somebody will get paid.
It's titled to be that, though.
I was gonna say it's always in the title.
That's all,
and that's all in the title.
All they're really reaching for. I mean, that just kind of see it. Just that's what they're reaching for. If it says it in the title, that's what's on the headline, and that's what they're going to be circulating through all all the pundits and this and that. That's all they're going to reconstruction. That's all they want.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, and that's the fucked up part about it. Like, because all these
actually help people at this point. So it's
right. Like they want to help people, but they don't want to help the person, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. I mean, just think about all the potential that's wasted in this country, right? Like some kids, they live in places where we just don't give a shit about the school, so we're not going to do nothing with that, and we're just going to, some of them will make it through that. Others, most of them probably won't, and we just throw them away. They just throw away people, no matter. Right? Or people we put in jail for nonviolent crimes, just throw them away. Millions of people. We don't need any of that intelligence. Motherfuckers making guns out of paper rocks and shit. Like,
right. And then you want to sit up here and get mad at Russia for Brittany Griner. Hello, that shit happens here.
So we waste so much potential with the student loan thing. Like, some people would actually like to get more, like would like to go even deeper. Some people like to get PhDs, but like I would have actually done more. But after I finished my master's and I saw what the bill was, I was like, that's it, bro. Like, we have to be happy with whatever this is. Right? That's it. Like, I couldn't afford to do anymore. Right. So, so there's that lost potential that you have with people who could have taken things even to another level for themselves and then ultimately benefit the community around them. But, we don't see it that way. We just want to get that short-term profit for a small group of people. And the rest of us are just, get it how you live.
About to say, get how you live, baby.
And let me pose this, I guess, controversial question, right? Is democracy the issue?
No. I mean, no, because any system can be corrupt, right? There's no system where it's because the corruption is not the system.
Right. Well. Okay. So let me try to further that question, and hopefully I say it in the right way because I'm going off the hip here, right? So meaning like, so you know how our votes go, right? Every 2 years for the House and Senate, and then every 4 years for the president. Well, maybe this could be bad because if the last president would have been, a dictator, I guess, if you will, which he kind of was. But if maybe longer terms for certain situations, without having to go through a voting system, like, hey, look, hey, let's put some things in place, let's implement some things in place that for the long term of the people, it actually works out a little bit better. But the way shit is now is since everybody is patching up everything every 2 years, right? Obviously, everything is strategic. Obviously, this shit came out with these midterms coming up and all this other shit, right? So like, no, okay, look, okay, you got 10 years. Make do with what you got in 10 years, right? Not 2 years or shit. Hell, it's not even 2 years at this point. It's like 8 months. And then they already started on the campaign trail. So I don't know. Just a question.
Go to a dictatorship?
No, maybe that was too far. Maybe that was too far. But just like make certain things a little bit longer because everybody they're just patching shit up. They again. I didn't hear you. What's that?
We're gonna have a czar, nigga? Where are you going with this?
I mean, sure.
I'll volunteer shit.
Turning the quick.
No, but I think it's like any business, right? It's about incentives, right? What you incentivize people to do is what's going to end up being done, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we allow. If you're Bill Gates, you can just go up to the White House and get a meeting, and he's just a private citizen. There's nothing official or anything with the government or anything like that. But he's got a lot of money, so he has a lot of influence, right?
Right.
And we saw, like, even during the pandemic, he's, pushing Moderna, which is a company that he has ownership in. Like, clear, I'm not even saying making a judgment about their product. I'm just saying, like, you can't have the guy who's on the board of the company and, like, one of the main funders of it pushing it on TV. Like, it's a conflict of interest.
Right.
Let professionals recommend it if it's going to be recommended, right? Not the dude who owns. Anyway, so
he's gonna go on a tangent.
He was.
But so you have a system where you have a very few amount of people who can actually make decisions and impact policy, and they have very deep pockets, right? It's not, and people think these are conspiracy. It's not. They play Monopoly, right? Play Monopoly, and the motherfucker with the most money is trying to get more money and keep other motherfuckers from taking his piece of the pie. And also, when you become super duper rich, like in the multi-billions, it stops even being about. I mean, it is about money still, but it's more about power, right? It's about, okay, I have all this money, I have all the material things I could possibly need, but I want to affect the world. Like, buying another house not gonna do nothing for me. I already have 10 of them. Right. So, but I want to fucking meet with the president and give him mine because they got opinions just like we got opinions about how things should go, right? But of course, their opinions are going to always skew towards if you send the
a kickback.
Yeah, if you send the CEO of State Farm to meet with the president, and they working on a healthcare bill, you probably know he's not going to say, "Hey, let's do universal healthcare."
Yeah.
He's going to be like, "No, why don't we mandate private healthcare? I think that's a better way to do it."
We got Patrick Mahomes.
Private sector, a private-public partnership is what we really need, Mr. President, because it's too hard. You had to create a whole bureaucracy, another department. The Republicans are going to yell about how expensive. No, let the private sector do it because we can do it better and more efficiently, right? That's the message they're giving them.
And it's going to be good for the people.
It's going to be good for the people. Everybody have insurance, our insurance.
And everyone loves Jake.
They all love him.
Yeah.
Look how many khakis are sold in this country.
And red shirts. You got on a red shirt right now. You wearing Jake's outfit right now.
Jake sounds like a man because it is. Well, she sounds hideous.
You have that situation. You have the fact that we let corporations donate unlimited amounts of money through super PACs. So you know, like you look at people, look at their voting record, and it's on. There's a website called openseekers.com. You can go on there, and it'll show you every politician's like financial backers, and it's not, shit they got off the internet. It's from the government website because they have to report all their donors.
Opensecrets.com.
Yeah, and now what you actually have to do though is look at the PACs, the political action committees that donate to them, and then you can go. And the PACs are also, they have to be public knowledge, so you can go there and see who's in the PAC, right? So it won't say ExxonMobil; it'll say, Citizens for Better Energy or some shit like that. And then you go look at that organization, and you'll see Chevron, Exxon, the other motherfuckers. So,
just know it's an organization. It's .org.
And so if you have those kind of friends, and by friends I mean backers, right? I don't mean like actual friends.
You're right.
But if those are the people gonna have your ear, if I'm coming up to you and saying, oh, whatever real world problem, yeah, but what impact do you have? Like, you have one vote, sure, I'd like to have it, but if I don't, whatever. But if I can get enough money from these corporations, I can run a bunch of ads, and I can, have everybody know my name, because most people, they might just vote for the person whose name they've heard. Like, because sometimes you go in there and you haven't even heard all the politicians' names on the ballot, and you're like, well, I kind of heard of this guy. I don't know who this one is. So,
you're right.
I agree with some of what he had to say.
However, he did make Garland a wet city so we can buy alcohol now.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got Nancy Pelosi came in, never had like a big high paying job. She's been in government for so long. This whole has over $100 million in wealth.
And she had a kente cloth, and she kneeled because, George Floyd had his neck.
But her husband is literally a hedge fund manager that trades on the information that he gives her.
The guy that just got caught with the DUI and played against.
Yes, and it's like, and everybody knows. But But actually, it's not even technically illegal, because of course, why would we make it illegal if that's how we make our money? But of course, it's definitely unethical. And so, like, you look, even in a pandemic, so she learned about the fact that they were going to have to do lockdowns, and the fact that they were, going to push these vaccines and all. She learned that early, right? Because they had that emergency meeting.
She learned that in 2018.
So she learned that early. Even if you didn't, like, when she got briefed on it before the lockdowns, he made a big investment in Moderna and Pfizer, all those companies, as well as some other companies related to all that. And this is how, like, it
gotta get that kickback.
And so, and of course, they made a lot of money off of it. So, when you allow that kind of corruption, and that kind of influence from money, like, you're never going to get efficient laws or people who are looking at the situation and doing the most sensible thing. No, like, I might want to do the sensible thing, but if I do the sensible thing, my sponsors pull all my money, and now I gotta depend on you motherfuckers to donate $5 for me to run a goddamn ad, and I'll get beat. And not only do they pull your money, they give it to somebody else. So it's not like, oh, it did no harm. No, we'll just back your opponent, right? And get you the hell up out of there and start running negative ads and shit. So, it's corrupt to the bone. And until you get the corruption out, you're never going to get any kind of good governance.
And that corruption ain't going nowhere, because
because they would have to be the ones to change it.
Built in.
Yeah, it's built in. That's generational corruption right there. That shit is generational.
I mean, I love to be a part of it. Like, I'm real against it.
Once they get voted into Senate and stuff like that, like, nigga, I'm in this bitch for life, basically, if I could keep this shit going.
Man, so, and like I said, I would love to be a part of it. I'm not above it. Like, I'm railing against it, but it's only because I'm on the other side of it. Like, I would
right.
I would love to be inside the beast. Like, climate change, whatever, man. I'm on a boat with Exxon CEO right now. I would love to be on that side of it, because it would be lovely, I'm sure. But I'm not.
Say, CEO, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Hey, just lay low for about 2 months, dog. I'm gonna get you up out of it. Don't say nothing. Don't post nothing. I'm gonna get you up out of it.
Man, look, this is the CEO gonna say. He gonna say, man, look, I know your constituents really want you to pass this climate, this thing that's gonna, cut back on oil and all that. But look, remember that time I brought you to that island?
The Jeffrey Epstein Island?
We don't give it names. It's just
we don't give it names. Right?
It's just the island.
Remember I invited you to that island, man? Wouldn't you like to go back? Wouldn't that be nice?
Didn't you have fun?
Yeah, we're on the boat right now. We'd be there in 14 hours. Come on, bro. Give me that vote.
You remember Natasha, right? I have her right here on the other line. Would you like to speak to her?
Yeah, I mean, I'll get a chopper to come drop her off on the boat right now, bro.
Say, man, she on the way. She on the way, dog.
Shit. And if you still say no, he can be like, look, man, I ain't want it to be like this. But
gonna have to Jason Bourne your ass, leave your ass out there in the sea.
We video when you was at the island, okay?
No, we got you, my nigga. We got you.
So, and let me just tell you, she closer to Sesame Street than Harvard, okay?
Boy, that Jeffrey Epstein Island, boy, goddamn.
Bro, imagine the power that dude had, bro.
He had a lot.
That's why I wouldn't
That
be
nigga was,
dead.
he was Big
because
Brother.
There's a lot of people who be like, we need him dead.
Oh yeah. Everybody was like, nah, he got to go. But kind of
Still ain't seen that list.
Oh, you ain't dropping that list. Right. You ain't seeing that list, nor them 650,000 emails from the Washington Foreskins. You ain't seeing that shit. That shit ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? Michelin lips. That's the only thing we got up out the deal.
That was a good one. You say, if you gonna be racist, you better be funny, motherfucker.
You better come with it, dog.
You better come with it.
You better come with it.
So in closing, we're fucked. So
yeah. I mean,
have a good time.
Yeah. At this point, hey, look, everybody, you're kind of where you're at, where you need to be at this point. The older people, right? For the younger generations, they have a different fucking. It's like a whole different type of world that
we had the last fun times, bro. And now I'm starting to appreciate that. I'm starting to be like, you know what? I'm glad that at least I got to live in like a real planet.
Yeah. It's like I said. I feel sorry for the generation. I feel sorry for my kids. I feel sorry for y'all kids because it's just way too much shit going on, and don't nobody know whether they're going or coming. And it's
phrasing.
Get phrasing. But yeah, it's horrible. It is absolutely horrible. The kids have to grow up in this shit.
Yeah,
that's a good place to segue.
What, after saying shit?
No, they had to grow up in this shit.
Grow up in the shit?
Turned dark. Nope. All right. Never mind.
Okay. Is there any sports on right? Oh, there is football on tonight. Again, we just do this little BS talks about sports at this point, but we only got one more preseason week for NFL.
That already started,
enough, bro.
Do what?
Can't be over fast enough.
I'm trying to tell you.
I can't stand it.
And what I'm loving about a lot of these teams, too, is that they are, they're resting the starters. Starters ain't really playing in the preseason. I mean, if they're, somebody wants to get out there and get some kinks, okay, cool, great. I seen Matt Ryan get out there for a game for, a couple of series. Great, good. But man, like, come on. Just I don't want to say cut the preseason, right? Because again, some people make the team based off of what they did in preseason, so you never want to necessarily hate that. At the same time, I don't know. Maybe we need to take it 2 weeks. I don't know. Hall of Fame game in 2 weeks.
That means that means that the season's 18 games because that game ain't just going away.
I don't see the problem. Now we got 500 teams again.
If I was the NFL, like the players, when they came to me with the 17 thing, I'd be like, look, we'll do 17 regular season games if you do 3 preseason games. Like for everyone you add in the regular season, we're gonna take one away in the preseason.
No, that's what it is. It is 3. It's 3.
It's 3. Yeah, the Hall of Fame game that counts as that's the first week. It's technically still 4 weeks.
That's 0 week. Like if you're in high school, like nigga, ain't nobody really playing on that.
Yeah.
No. Let me rephrase that. I would have said 17-2. Like, come on, bitch, you're gonna make us play a whole like a regular season game is like 2 fucking games. So that's not an even trade.
Giving up no game.
Oh, okay, we stick to 16. Like, what the fuck? You don't want to play?
No, the NFLPA is the weakest union in all the sports.
Maybe they should do for Hall of Fame week instead of making that the official week 1 of the NFL preseason. Maybe they should do a.
It's not the official. It's not the official. No, that's why everybody else played 3 games because that's that preseason game that got chopped out. That became the 17th game. Oh. Like if it goes to 18, it's 2 games. It's 2 preseason game, but they're not losing that game because owners are still charging full price tickets for those tickets. Like even if nobody the game, they still getting banked. Like
no, of course. What I'm saying is
they force the season ticket holders to buy preseason. So
I mean, you don't have a choice, and then so. But what I'm saying is instead of doing
part of the package.
Instead of doing the game, do a comedy show like Shaq did. Or do some shit like that during that weekend. I don't know.
They want to go to no fucking comedy show. They want to see football, nigga. What are we talking about?
Ain't no football being played on that. We was in the Hall of Fame game.
No, motherfuckers want to see football. If you look at those numbers at the rating, that's why the owners can kind of do what the fuck they want to do. Even with the Deshaun, with all that shit's like. Oh, if we don't like this decision, we'll just arbitrate it and we'll get closer to our decision than you will.
Right. Yeah. Square business. But yeah, I mean, and I guess they try to do certain things, and I don't know. This year, and correct me if I'm wrong. This year, did they try to implement like some new rules or something in the preseason? You know how they?
No, they just emphasize more stuff the defense can't do.
Like
illegal touching downfield, as far as touching a receiver 5 yards past of the line of scrimmage. It's just more. There's a more emphasis on that. Just trying. I mean, as a football fan, we could say it's softer. It is in the aspect you can't hit like you used to, but it's just trying to make the game more wide open. We can see that. It's more emphasized on most of the rules or the rule changes is more on what defensive players can't do anymore off of what offensive players can't do anymore. Like just like the Thibodeau kid that just got hurt from for the Giants. Well, Buddy went low on him. In theory, when you look at it, that looks like a dirty play. Just pure looking at the play. But that play happens literally 7, 8, 9 times. Dude probably just doesn't get hurt like that. His foot doesn't stick in the ground. And it's just bad by him, not good hand placement and stuff like that. But that's a dirty play. Like, as a defender, I come up full speed and you just dive at my knee, like, that's dirty. I can't do that as an offensive player, right? So, like, you do that to the quarterback, that's 15 yards.
Kick him in the nuts. Now, I've always been curious because how they talk about the league is softer nowadays, which is subjective, I guess, at best.
Yeah, it's very.
But they don't show a lot of old like just week 6 games with the Dolphins playing the Jets in 1993, right? They don't show a lot of that, and because I'm curious to see like what did they actually get away with back then a lot, right? That they don't kind of get away with now. Maybe the chop block may be one of the exceptions to the rule because that shit is blatantly obvious, right?
But you could also
you could just decapitate a receiver coming over the middle. He doesn't have to be getting thrown a ball or anything. like he could be looking for the ball, and the linebacker could just run up and just. I mean. Man, that's one of the things that they have legislated out of the game because it's it's football, but is like now is more emphasized on the skill
Technique.
of that. Like, yeah, the technique of it. Can you cover that guy coming across now instead of just taking him out and then y'all both X'd out of the play? He probably won't get up. You could get up and still, be a part of the play.
He's dead. He's dead. He's dead.
He's dead, and you can. He respawns at the next, 3 or 4 plays. That's when he's gonna respawn. That nigga gotta go check. That nigga gotta go check if he still know who the fuck he is for a couple of plays.
That nigga said respawn. He had to press X.
No, but they've taken that out of it, which is, if you like hits and stuff like that, then it makes the game softer.
You gotta give him the blue. My CTE acting up. Wait a minute for a moment.
Yeah, but yeah, because now receivers can run over the middle and know they're not going to get hit like that. And if you do hit me, I better be having the ball. I got to be running a certain way. Like, you can't just go and just take me out anymore. So.
Right. Well,
and I was always like, go make a play on the ball. And the most important thing on the football field is the football. Like that was all. That was what I came from. So like when motherfuckers see that shit, I'm like, nigga, just go. If you can't do that shit, go intercept the ball or something. Like, do something. Like affect the game in that way.
Right.
Yeah. No, I was as much as I like seeing those hits, I was fine with them taking that part out of the game mainly because I like to see like the players play, and so
right.
Having a dude get knocked out for 3 weeks because he got a concussion or worse, it's not, as much as I like to see it, it's not really worth it. So
right.
So I don't mind them taking that, but you can actually still hit hard. Like, people whine and bitch. But like, if you time it right and you position yourself, and I know it's difficult, but they pros and they've shown they can do it. So, and there's still motherfuckers getting fucked up, right?
Yeah. Like, I was gonna say that. Because like how they teach the technique to tackle nowadays, motherfuckers still get laid out. Like, boom. But again, if you want to see somebody,
it's just not as many. It's not as many big hits like that as it used to be, which is
right.
Like, but a big hit is not supposed to be. A big hit's not supposed to happen on every tackle. It ain't supposed to be like NFL blitz every fucking.
Right. Damn, let it happen organically. And if you want to see some hits like that, hey man, look, UFC's over here, boxing's over here. Knock yourself out. This is football. There's some different type of technique here. Let's go. But yeah, no, that and again, they try to preach that player safety thing, which I think
it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
It's bullshit. But if
it was player safety, they wouldn't add it the 17th game, because now you're just adding more risk of the player getting hurt.
But like you said too, though, it's all in the title.
Oh yeah, of course. No, I got it, and like the players got something from it. They get a little bit more, but like, I'm looking at it as, guy, why don't y'all, like every other league, have healthcare for life after? Like, this is the sport you need it the most. Like, that should have been in there too. If you're gonna take this extra game, like, y'all know the ramifications of this game. Like, I didn't even make it to the pro. I still have lingering stuff from football that I deal with on, just sometimes on a daily basis. Sometimes, it flares up when, the weather changed or some shit. But niggas still have those type of shit. Like, I'm being dead serious. Like, my knee started hurting earlier today. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, I ain't did nothing to you today. Like, let me live.
I ain't did nothing to you today.
You gotta give him the blue. My CTE acting up. Wait a minute for a moment.
It never stops being funny, bro.
That will never stop being funny, dog.
I can understand if I did something to you, but I didn't do nothing to you, man. Let me make it today.
So that knee didn't have no give in it.
Nigga, my shit was hurt. Dog, I didn't even do anything to you, man.
That a bitch. But yeah, like I said, I keep saying this shit every week. So when are we doing the NFL preview show, guys? Come on now. Well, they gotta wait.
Like that. Because the
It
game
should be
starts
like
on the 8th.
11. No, it starts on September 11th. Huh? Go figure.
Oh god.
No.
Right.
My country, 'tis a free.
I'm gonna have to put it on mute, bro. I'm gonna have to put it on mute.
Oh man.
I'm gonna have to play some music.
Yeah,
Can't do it, bro.
I guess it's September next week.
Every September,
It is. It
I
is.
see them burning buildings. I'm like, fuck.
Oh my god. Oh my god. But I
Let me
mean,
move on. Most people
Hey.
don't even remember it.
Oh, I do.
I mean, you know, it was. You know,
No, I'm
20
talking about like no, but
Oh.
think about all these people in their 20s. Like they wasn't even some
Oh,
of them
yeah.
wasn't alive, and
Ah,
other
niggas-
ones were so young that they don't really remember. So
See,
Yeah.
and shout out to critical race theory. We don't want to talk about
no,
that.
I was talking to my
shit.
cousin, and
Okay.
I didn't. It's such a big thing in my mind that I just was like,
You don't
but
know
I didn't
about
think about the
September?
fact that how young she was at that time, and I was like, huh, yeah,
It's
you
like I was
really
2.
wouldn't remember. Like, damn, bro. Yeah, it was crazy, dog. Like we were sitting in homeroom and Durka Muhammad Jihad. I was like, damn.
Hey, it wasn't even a movie. You know, you say that, yeah, that's in a movie. Nah, they came into the classroom and they're like, we just got attacked. Who is we? Oh shit, we did just get attacked.
Damn. With an airplane? Damn, I ain't like flying on them motherfuckers no ways. Sheesh.
Jeez.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Think about if they had completed it and they had like crashed into the White House. Like as crazy as they went with what happened.
They went scorched earth.
Oh my God. They would just been like, just aim a nuke at every brown country. All of them.
All of them.
All of Mississippi too. Too many brown people down there. We don't know. We can't tell the difference between all you motherfuckers.
You gotta go.
You gotta go. I'm sorry.
Them goddamn white Arabs, boy.
I'm sorry. You're gonna get collateral damage because whoever did this is in there.
Fuck them.
And they still over there playing with that goddamn Rubik's
Yeah, that
Cube.
Rubik's Cube. Yeah, that was click, clack, click, clack, 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 clack. All right, yeah, man. We out this bitch.